how painful is change going to be? How disruptive is it going to be? We are in what we call a democracy in transition. We are basically what's the word? There's a phrase for it. It's a controlled democracy. It's a very, you're allowed to have an election, and it takes place under certain limited circumstances. We are now trying to transition to a full democracy. That's what this election is going to be about. Of course, the people of vested interest in power, will they let go? Let's look at the examples of Selangor and Penang have been given in the past. Now, some people are trying to create doomsday scenarios like, oh, May 69 will happen, that sort of thing. Most of you won't remember it, but some people might create those images of that the military government and so on. For me, those are actually, today those are quite fanciful arguments. It won't happen. 1969 was a completely different context. Today, no. Today, Pakatan Rakyat is a Malay-led, you have to remember the racial sensitivities of this country, but Pakatan is a Malay-led challenge to an UMNO-led status quo. So you can't play racial issues. The military have sent a clear signal, they will stay apolitical. They're going to follow the constitution. That's very clear. Alright? Now, I know they're not senior leaders, but I've been in a public discussion with the MP for Kota Belud, Dato' Abdul Rahman, who was asked this very same question, will you hand over power? And this was the Malaysia Kini debate. And he said categorically, yes. We lose, we hand over power. We did it in Selangor and all the other states. There's no reason why we will not do it. Khairi Jamaluddin has made the same statement. And I'm quite sure they will. The question they will be asking from us is how much of a witch hunt is there going to be? And I think we are discussing this. Dato' Sri Anwar is already committed to saying he is looking at the experience of countries like South Africa and other places which have set up a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. In other words, and we're already committed to that. In other words, it's pointless going after everybody who's committed some kind of crime in the past. You can't. We need to govern. We need to get on. We need to create a future. We can't be going after everybody who's taken $10 as a bribe in the past. Okay, so there has to be a balance found. But do you forgive every crime? That's the question. Do you forgive a murder of the past? Do you just let it go? These are some of the difficult areas we have to deal with. But we're certainly not going to be chasing after every corrupt politician of the past. What will be more important is recovering assets. There are tens of billions of dollars of this country's public assets which are outside, which have to be recovered, which should be recovered. And I think that's a fair exchange for a waiver from prosecution. Give back the assets and let the truth come out as to what happened. These are the compromises that have to be struck and will be struck. These are practical politics. Because again, we're not interested in benches. We're not talking about retributive justice. We're talking about distributive justice. Yeah? That's different. So these are the things we will deal with. And we must also understand that the UMNO, Barisan Nasional, vested interest. They also have a vested interest in the economy. They will have more to lose if the country was to go into turmoil, because they have big economic interests at stake as well. And they're not going to walk off. I mean, it's not in their interest to do that. I'm not saying it's all going to be 100% smooth. I'm sure there will be pockets of groups of individuals, a Perkasa group here, like the bunch that went in front of Ambika's house and did their, buttocks dance and so on. They might get more aggressive. There might be pockets of trouble. But I don't think that's a big issue. It will be dealt with quickly. I don't think you have an issue about security. Will business be done with the government as usual? Yes. The new government of the day will do business as usual, like Selangor and Penang has done. And it will be done better, it will be done much more transparently, it will be done openly, open tender and so on, as it's being done now. That's how it will be done. Those who are competent will get the contracts. You know, not like now, where it is done on a negotiated, I know you and you're my friend basis. That's what's going on. We know that. So those who are doing business with the government will continue to do business with the government. That's not a problem. But you must show your competence in the area that you're contracting. That's what we will ask. And I think we're entitled to ask that on behalf of the people who have given us the mandate. So I think people like yourself or maybe others who are in that might have nothing to worry about. Life will go on. But again, I don't want to overstate the thing. This is transition, don't forget. And we have no choice. We have to make this transition. Look at another way, you are part of a historic moment. You will be, I think. That we have to make this transition over the next 1-2 years and take this country into that better state, which will happen. And believe me, if we succeed in doing this in the next general election, this country, given its human capital, given its history, cultural capital, its economic resources, it has the capacity to be a great country. It really. We have, in the 60s, 70s, we punched above our weight, although we were a small population. And we can still continue to do that. And right now, no. Right now, we're running on our feet. Running on the spot. Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam are all catching up and almost ready. And they have the advantage of huge populations, although less resources. We need to wake up quickly. But of course, this is my personal view, maybe a biased viewpoint. If UMNO and Barisan Nasional continue to run this country, then no. Then I think we're basically in trouble.